In 2023, international tourism was about 90% of what it was before the pandemic, and the US gave out a record amount of passports. Plus, if you went to any famous spot in the summer, you'd probably say it was busier than ever. So maybe it's time to look at places that are still mostly undiscovered, that look good off-season, or that get overlooked in favor of their more giant neighbors or first towns. Maybe it's time to go places that make things easier for tourists and people who care about promoting eco-friendly tourism. Number 1. The Indonesian island of Sumba is a great place to go to the beach that cares about the environment and the people there. Sumba is the perfect place to get away from the crowds of Bali, which is only an hour's flight away. It has remote towns, untouched forests, ancient customs, and world-class surf breaks. It's not famous worldwide yet, but that doesn't mean it's small. It's more than 10,000 square kilometers, which is more than 4,000 square miles, which is twice as big as Bali. When it opened in 2012, the Nihi Sumba Resort made this island famous among people who like to live in style. After more than 10 years, Sumba has gained several new high-end eco-resorts. Some of these are the Sanubari, a group of beachfront houses that opened in 2022, and Cap Caroso in the southwest of the island. Number 2. The Black Sea area, also called Karadeniz, is a different part of Turkey that isn't as well known as the Mediterranean resorts, attracting yachts. The area has less tourism and a cooler, damper environment that makes for beautiful scenery and tasty black tea. It also has historic towns, villages, beaches, and activities that will excite your heart. In the summer, it's a nice break from the hottest parts of Turkey. In Safranbolu, visitors can walk through old streets that still reverberate with the sound of blacksmiths' hammers. In Amasra, they can relax on the beach, and in Sumela, they can climb to the top of a cliff to see one of the oldest churches in the world. Whitewater rafting is fun for thrill seekers, and when it snows a lot in the winter, the eastern Kakar Mountains become a great place to go heli-skiing. Number 3. The southern Estonian city of Tartu has been chosen as a European Capital of Culture for 2024. The city will focus on kissing as part of its celebrations. One of the most famous sights in this college town is a statue of 2 students passionately holding hands. But in this city of good thoughts, the love-in is more intellectual than sexual. Estonia's oldest university, the must-see Estonian National Museum, and the impressive science center AHR, the biggest science museum in the Baltics, are all in Tartu. It is known as the intellectual center of Estonia. Many people choose to stay in the old town, but Supelin, just north of the city center and on the banks of the Emahogi River, is also a great place to see. This old area with pretty wooden homes used to be a slum, but now it's becoming one of the best places to live in the city. Number 4. Tainan is a famous place in Taiwan that is known around the world. In 2024, it will celebrate its 400th anniversary. This southern city has had a higher hotel usage rate in the last 2 years than Taipei, the country's capital. What's so great about it? Taiwan's beef soups and oyster omelets, as well as the city's otherworldly landscapes, bright old temples, and fantastic new museums, make Tainan known as the street food capital of the country. It was also one of Booking.com's top 10 eco-friendly vacation spots in 2023. Number 5. Cool and salty. Many people come to Lake Michigan in the summer, but the shoreline, small towns, and rolling farmland of northwest Michigan have a lot to offer all year long. You can stay in Traverse City, which is on Grand Traverse Bay, and visit wineries on the Old Mission and Leelanau peninsulas, or you can pick apples or cherries when they're in season. Then, the leaves in the fall are ready to be looked at, and then the snow in the winter is very appealing. It starts in Traverse City and goes up the beautiful Leelanau Peninsula. On the way back down, it goes through Leland, which is a historic fishing town and has several interesting shops and galleries. Glen Arbor is another town you should check out on your way to Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. From M109, a 3.5-mile all-sand walk over massive dunes to the Great Lake, and back gets demanding hikers ready for a tasty dinner. 7 miles from downtown Traverse City is Farm Club, a farm restaurant hybrid that serves beautifully prepared dishes using local vegetables, many of which are grown on site. The restaurant is simple, looks like a barn, and spills outside. Before you pack your bags and set off on your next adventure, check out the exclusive list of tourist must-haves you absolutely shouldn't travel without in the description below this video. If you learned something from this movie, please like, share, and subscribe to get more. Thanks.